the album! Drop the album! That's all you gotta do! All you gotta do is drop the album! Drop it today! Drop it today! Drop it today! All you gotta do! All you gotta do!
Nintendo, are y'all good by any chance? Every single time I've logged onto Twitter, I am seeing a brand new leak about the Nintendo Switch 2. First it was the motherboard, then it was the designs, and then it's the Joy-Cons, and now it's the Switch itself. Like, please, just drop a trailer for it already. I usually don't try to pay attention to gaming leaks when it comes to the games themselves, but when it comes to hardware, that becomes a different story. And it feels like so far, we've basically seen everything that the Switch 2 can offer, at least with how it looks. And seeing how the console looks, I ain't gonna lie, it ain't half bad. You know, originally when I was seeing some of the photos, they kind of gave me those vibes of those Xbox 720 and PlayStation 6 console videos that you would see on YouTube all the time back in the day. But if this is what the Switch 2 could look like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I like it a whole lot. But the design of the console is the least of my worries. What I want to know is how this thing will be software wise, and how much of an improvement it is to the base Switch. I think the one thing that almost every single person can agree on is that they need to update that fucking eShop. I don't care who you are, I don't care if you're the biggest Nintendo fan ever, but I think most people can agree that that eShop for the Nintendo Switch is quite possibly the worst video game browsing thing you could ever experience. It's slow, it's laggy, it runs off of a browser, it has terrible quality control. And I know people are gonna say, oh well, that's no different from the Wii or something like PlayStation Store, which is true. But at least the Wii, and especially the PlayStation Store now, doesn't have fucking hentai games just plastered fucking everywhere you go when you're in the new release section. I kid you not, I turned on my Switch one day and I went to go to the little notification things to see what new games they had, and no joke, there's just a hentai game just right on my screen. Like, this is a kid's console, dog. Like, it's one thing that the Wii had a bunch of shovelware, but this takes it to a new level just off the fact that little kids are being exposed to this type of shit. So I really want Nintendo to get their fucking shit together when it comes to quality control and make sure that these types of games do not seep into the eShop. Another thing that they really gotta do is finally give this console some themes. Like, y'all remember when the 3DS came out and then 3 years later they gave it themes? Yeah, I don't think there's that much of an excuse as to why the Switch has been out for what, 7-8 years by this point, and we still do not have themes yet. Like, this has to be a requirement for the new Switch. Like, the themes we had on the 3DS were good, and if you hacked your 3DS, oh, the possibilities were endless at that point. But for the Switch, you have to hack the console if you want themes. It's not like the 3DS where you could hack it and add whatever you want and still have the official stuff that you could buy from the shop. You have to hack your Switch to have themes on it. Hell, I've seen people hack their Switch off of the fact that they just wanted themes, nothing else. They just wanted themes on the console, and that was their reason for hacking their Switch. Nintendo, I know y'all don't like people hacking your consoles. It's one of the reasons y'all pushed out a random ass 3DS update at some point, even after y'all shut down everything for that system. It's because y'all don't want anybody to hack your stuff. But if people are going out of their way to hack their Switch just so they don't have to look at a white or black screen every time they turn it on, that almost feels like it's on y'all. Like, I know y'all are busy trying to make moves and make games, but y'all telling me y'all don't have a small team somewhere that could just push out a couple of themes every month or so? Like, come on. And lastly, I just want them to add some soul to this console. I mean, look at the Wii, the Wii U, the 3DS. All those consoles had some soul to it. It made you feel something when you turned on those consoles. But what? We're 7 years into the Switch, almost 8. this year and the Switch still feels this fucking barren, and I get it. They made it that way because apparently they just want these games to boot up faster, they want the system to just run a bit faster. I understand that. And it also doesn't help that the hardware for the Switch is really fucking old. Like, I'm pretty sure the stuff that's in the Switch is like technology from like 2015, 2016 by the time the Switch came out. But with the Switch 2 coming out this year, they really should have no excuse. Like, there are phones out there that have better technology than the base Switch, and you're telling me now this year they still haven't upgraded by that much? By this point, they should definitely have the technology to not only make this console run well, but also give it a bit more flair as to what it was back in 2017. But that wraps up just about everything I had to say about the recent leaks. So Nintendo, for the love of God, please just drop this fucking trailer for this console already so I can make more content this year.
Spit on your hand and stroke my cock